Hey, it's been a little while since we've had a Nerd Power video, and I wanted to come back with some updates. Today, we're talking about 8 individual bills that have been introduced or are being introduced today by legislative Democrats with the support of Governor Tony Evers. And all 8 of those bills seek to remove barriers to receiving unemployment insurance or unemployment compensation for out-of-work workers in the state of Wisconsin. And obviously, you don't need me to tell you that that's a critical issue in this moment in our state's history. We've done videos on unemployment insurance in Wisconsin in the past. We did a video on the history of how Wisconsin was the first state in the country to develop this type of program, and we did a tutorial about the law and the rules of eligibility. These 8 different bills, this package that removes barriers to unemployment, seeks to make changes to the rules, to eligibility, to different points of decision making along the way that are causing delays and causing denials in eligibility. So at the outset, it's important to understand, and I readily admit that these 8 bills will not on their own solve the entire set of issues that we're seeing with our unemployment system. We know that the highest number of claims in the fastest period of time took place this spring, and the system is still trying to catch up. That is a critical need. We need to do that. We need to get the dollars out to those claimants that are waiting. But we also need to make the changes that are causing those delays and causing people to be denied. So we can do both at the same time, and I want to talk about these proposals a little bit. And one of the reasons that there are delays is that each case, when a person claims unemployment, a person named an adjudicator, a decision maker, needs to verify and make decisions about the facts of the case and applying the law of unemployment. And so in many of those decisions take time to investigate, to make those decisions, to get all of the paperwork. And so there's a bottleneck, not at the first step, but at the last step of decision making. And so a number of these bills, you can see them up on your screen now, seek to make the rules, the process, those decision moments cleaner and more simple, so that those decisions can be made quicker. And on balance, these new streamlined rules would be favorable to workers. And so these are efforts to make things faster, the decisions faster and easier to make, to get unemployment compensation in the hands of displaced workers. But I want to talk about one specific bill that I'm particularly proud to co-author, and that bill is really about righting a wrong that has happened to a subset of Wisconsin workers. And specifically, that subset of Wisconsin workers are individuals that have applied for and been approved for Social Security disability income, but still work some amount. And Social Security disability income are for folks that can't maintain a full-time job due to their disability. It's a rigorous process that has a high level of accountability. And on your screen now, you'll see a Fox 6 News report from Milwaukee that really did a great job chronicling this issue and just how it impacts people in the state of Wisconsin. And so when you scratch the surface a little bit, you find out Wisconsin is one of only 2 states in America that denies unemployment claims to people that have SSDI and still work. We're talking about people that are working not a full-time job. And so I want to talk a little bit about why or how we became one of those 2 states, and some of their arguments, and then I'll refute them and make the case for why we need to repeal that law. So back in 2013, 2013 Act 36, which you can see up on your screen now, was introduced by Representative Dan Knodel in the Assembly. And it was a part of a larger package. The bill included a number of different changes to unemployment. Some of those other changes are being sought to be repealed too. And in essence, the argument for denying people on Social Security disability income was fraud. And you can see here I've highlighted Representative Knodel's comments and the Senate lead, who's no longer in the legislature, his comments in their written testimony in support of their bill. And they call it double dipping. They outwardly call it double dipping. And that's just not true. So an important thing that you need to understand about unemployment insurance is that it is not a welfare program funded by the state. We've explained this in previous videos. Employees and employers pay into the fund, and then the fund pays out when somebody is terminated through no fault of their own. So again, this is not a social welfare program that goes to people that quit their job or get fired for their own actions. It's for people that get displaced through no fault of their own, which is obviously critical now in this moment. And further, that we want people to work. We want people, those with disabilities or not, to enter the workforce. It is a positive thing that people with disability that are on SSDI, it is a positive thing that they wake up today, go to work, make a living, find meaning and purpose, and add to society. And we shouldn't punish them by making them ineligible when they lose that job through no fault of their own. And it's such a bad idea that 48 other states haven't copied us. It was unnecessary in 2013, and it should be repealed. I am a proud author of the bill that would repeal this provision, that would bring unemployment relief to a large number of people with disabilities in our community that need it. And it is one of just of the 8 bills being introduced today that would remove barriers to unemployment insurance in Wisconsin for Wisconsin workers. We have to solve this issue. We have to address the backlog. Stay tuned for more on that. These bills are a positive step in that direction, and a positive step in having a more fair and equitable unemployment compensation system, and funding people that have earned it and deserve it. And so stay tuned to see progress on these bills, and hopefully we can get them passed. Thank you.